Question
Question
number one.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
So the question is: this is a story about hardened criminals in prison. In what ways can you, a senior in high school, relate to the story, these characters, and or these themes?
Okay, you can start
All right. So
first.
basically, what I said is just like prisoners, like many high school students dream of the day, like they get to graduate.
Hmm.
Similar, like how the prisoners dream of that day they get to get out of prison and be free again.
And they try and do it as quickly as they can. Like
Yeah,
Andy. And, oh God.
and have like the
Yeah.
least worries, so they just like
Hmm.
they try to blow through it without like having a terrible time. It's like hope, basically the theme that they use in the story. They like hope that the day will come quick and that their new life will be successful. Similar to like prisoners, I'd say like students like have a sentence. So it's like student
Hmm.
sentence is like it's 4 years.
Thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully.
And I kind of see it as well as how he became very popular because he could get anything for anybody. You kind of have to do that in high school as well. And if you can do stuff for friends, you become more popular, and I would say the easier it made high school and probably prison for him because he didn't get harassed, even though you probably wouldn't get harassed for not having friends in high school, but not having friends in prison could be bad, especially for smaller, more accepting, not accepting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I
Okay.
agree. All right, well, that is question one. Question two. In what way could you, or could the reader argue that hope is the theme of this story?
So there's a lot of examples.
Yeah, so basically, like, what I said is like the story, like, it just like is a representation of hope.
Mm-hmm.
And I found a quote on page 71. So basically, like, you're never a prisoner so long as you have hope. So this is what Owa says, remember that hope is a good thing, Red. Maybe the best of things. No good thing ever dies. That's on page 71.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's basically like Stephen King is pretty straightforward about the theme, especially towards like the end of the story, where the word hope appears basically like in every sentence.
Mm-hmm.
On the last page, on page 72, it says, I hope Andy is down there. I hope I can make it across the border. I hope to see my friend and shake his hand. I hope the Pacific is as blue as it has been in my dreams. I hope.
Yeah, no, I think the entire kind of this portion of this story is about hope. When we discussed the name of this story and like the name of the section that it is in, it relates to hope. And like you said, every prisoner kind of has to have hope.
Yeah, like what else is there to do if like you're in a prison other than like hope? I
Hope to
don't
get
know.
out. Yeah,
And if you
hope
don't
that
have hope, then like I don't know, then
you
you're
just
gonna be mentally like weak and you
you'll
won't.
sit there and
Yeah,
you'll go full vegetable in my opinion. Like you have to have something to do. Like even in school, you have to have hope that the end of the year is coming.
yeah.
And the closer it gets,
It
the more
keeps you.
yeah, it keeps you going.
It keeps you
In
going.
my opinion, like some
Keeps you.
people might disagree, but
Keeps you happy.
mhm.
Yep. All right. Question three. So this question is, what is another theme of this story? So the theme that I chose was freedom. So basically, King writes about freedom as a dream in Shawshank. Um, it's something that all the characters really want, but they can never have, at least not until the end.
Mhm.
Um, we appreciate like freedom most when we don't have it, and in this story, it wants us to become aware of the fact that um, that we should be thankful for what we have because
Mhm.
it's always repeatedly reminding us that Annie and Red are stuck where they are in Shawshank for a very long time.
Mhm. So my theme, even though I agree with his theme, I see time and patience in this story a lot. Like when you just look at the sentencing for either Red or Andy, it's a long time. and there's a lot of time that passes, and they must have a lot of patience to sit through all of that. More patience than wanting to break out instead of waiting, but that's kind of how I see it.
And
If
also, you could,
yeah, no, go ahead.
and then also like with patience, like when he has to like with the library,
Mm-hmm.
and then how he has to like uh, take it like very slow, like one step at a time when trying to escape.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a lot of patience.
And smarts, but
Yeah,
yeah, it takes a lot of patience to even deal with other prisoners, like going through and having to deal with the sisters.
yeah.
And take a lot of patience, especially not to just sack one of them. I mean, very difficult and
All right,
tasking, in my opinion.
that's what we have for question 3. Question 4. So, question 4, we chose what are Andy's best and worst qualities.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really find any of his worst qualities, but I have some of his best qualities. So,
Mm-hmm.
I said that like his good qualities are that he's like very calm and cool, and he rarely like succumbs to emotion or cheap sentiment.
Yeah, which helps a lot in prison. You kind of have to. You can't really show emotions. It's kind of a sign of weakness. I think
Yeah,
I learned that in some stupid movie
yeah,
where somebody
definitely.
said that. It makes sense though.
And Andy, he's like the guy that can talk his way down with the guards. He can
Mm-hmm.
manipulate the warden, and he can escape out from under everyone's noses. So he's just very, he knows what he's doing,
Yeah, all the
basically.
tasks that he's done for other people has helped them kind of socialize and climb that ladder. And then once you're above some other people, kind of metaphorically, they won't see you doing things. That's kind
Yeah,
of how I see it. And I agree with your best. And I think his worst might be the fact that he did it in the first place.
like the
Killed.
idea. Oh yeah, the kill. Yeah, yeah,
I think that's probably his own. Like, he's not good at coping, even though I don't blame him. His coping ability at first was not very good and probably was his worst quality.
All right, so that's question 4.
The last
Question
question.
5. So we chose what message is King sending about prison. So basically, what I said is like, so like after receiving a sentence to prison, you have to like keep your calm and cool, and like getting upset and getting down on yourself like gets you nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of like being upset and depressed, he focuses on and puts all his energy towards his escape instead of revenge. And he follows all the orders that he's given, or at least most, to make sure his plan goes through. And uh, what else did I say? And like I don't know, it's really difficult to say like mentally
What he
like
said, yeah.
patient basically, because all he had was a rock hammer, and he basically dug a hole through a wall, like to tunnel through a wall in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, like the main idea behind it is like regardless of the situation you're in, is like you still have control over your actions, and you have to take what you've got and you have to go with it and make the best out of what you have, basically.
Mm-hmm. I personally looked at it how King had a negative opinion about prison and prison life. He kind of pictured it as like a not nice place full of people who are doing the wrong things and the guards not doing anything. The guards helping like smuggle stuff in for prisoners and stuff like that. That's not a good image that somebody who likes prisons would send in an entire novella or whatever it's called. And I think he just doesn't like the prison system and he thinks it's kind of broken and twisted and that it doesn't work for our society and it doesn't teach anybody anything. Stuff like that. Like, he just doesn't like prison. Or at least that's what I think his opinion is through this book.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all of our questions.
And seeing as we only had two people,
Yeah, we might add more. We'll see.
yeah.
Stop.